So I put a stack together for the October TBR. It's looking larger than September's because I felt like I had some gaps in September where I probably could have done more, but I hadn't taken into consideration that some of the books in this stack are going to compel me to create content as well, and that also takes time. So I'm going to lose like 2 to 3 hours every other day or something like that to do content for this channel because I want to ramp up how much content I'm able to do because I'm starting to feel the groove of the kind of stuff that I like to do. I'm going to be going back to a thrift shop in October, like this week. So more book hauls are in the very near future, and at least 2 of those are going to happen in October. I like to go back every 2 weeks or so. I got this massive haul that used to be pre-library books, pre-owned library books, whatever. Is there a term for that in the book sphere? In any case, I'm looking at part of it, but I like to get all of it before I talk about it so that I can organize some of these books into thematic relevancy or series or authors are all the same, right? Because it's going to be a lot of them. So there's a lot to get through, and so most of the books that I picked out for the October TBR were influenced by the fact that it's October, it's Halloween month. I wanted to get a little bit of spookiness coming in to play here. Now the first 3 books aren't going to really be touching into that, but that's because I couldn't stop myself from starting The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. So I dove into it yesterday, and I'm almost halfway through the book at this point. Way better than I thought it was going to be. I don't want to be throwing ratings out this early, but I'm just going to say I'm shocked by how much I'm actually enjoying this YA series. I was under the impression this was sold to YA girl market, but let me tell you, I'm really enjoying The Hunger Games. So I'm probably going to get that done like by tomorrow, easily. So I've added Mockingjay to the list, of course. If I'm going to read The Hunger Games, I might as well commit and just dive in and see what book 2 could be about. Halfway through book 1, I can't foresee how this could even happen. I'm curious to see how they could continue the series because it would have to do with the ending of The Hunger Games being more than just the games are over. I think it's going to be, obviously, it's going to be something bigger. I think I talked about this in the thrift haul that I did. There's a bit of a sound to it that tells me that it likely took water damage at some point, but it doesn't look like it did. But it has that stiffness because I have books that have taken water damage, and there's a bit of a sound that the pages will make when you twist and bend them. Anyways, that's book 2, and of course, can't do book 2 without just committing to book 3 as well and just completing the entire trilogy, Catching Fire. That makes sense to me now. Girl on Fire. Oh, that's nice. All right, well, I'm looking forward. I mean, as a phoenix symbolism going on there, and I can kind of maybe read between the lines. Also, Mockingjay also has context to the series right from book 1. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to this trilogy. I'm just going to clip through these because, like I said, the stack is very large, and I'm not confident I'm going to be able to pull this off, but I would like to push myself. You know what I mean? I would like to find out where that threshold is, where I hit a wall. So I've added another Value Village book here from the first thrift shop haul, and because it's Halloween, spooky season, I'm going to put in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. Doesn't look like a large book. It's just over 300 pages. So, I mean, how bad could this be? Is it like I've gotten myself used to kind of old-timey language too, which I'm assuming this is going to be playing on. It's got some pictures in here too, some old photographs to make it feel like it's legitimate. In any case, it looks like it's just sparse. It's sparse. It has like maybe letters being sent around, and so I feel like it'll be a quick read, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I'm going to have to sacrifice 1 or 2 of these books. You'll see what I mean. It's going to get crazy, okay? So next one up, really looking forward to this one. So Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. I cannot stop hearing booktubers talking about this friggin' both the author, but Blood Meridian as well. There's like the road keeps coming up as well. So I've gotten a little bit of context around his writing style, his prose style from The Road, where there's like no punctuation or something like that was the comment that I remember taking away. That could probably get a little bit shenanigan-y, but I'm just slipping through to see if I see quotation marks, and I absolutely do not. I do not see quotation marks. Okay then. Anyways, we're gonna give this one a shot. It's probably gonna be the more complex read, I suppose, of the stack, possibly. From a size of book perspective, it's under 400 pages, so I don't know. I am a bit nervous on this one because this feels like the kind of book I would like to do a review on afterwards because of just how often I see booktubers talking about it and bringing it up on lists. I'd like to maybe give my impression after reading it, like give it a star review and see where it goes. Maybe not so much for this one, I'm not sure. The Hunger Games series, maybe I'll do a review on all 3 of them together, something like that. I'm kind of just going with the flow. Like if I feel like I have a lot to say right after reading, and in the next 48 hours, then I'll probably do a review. It's going to be some kind of method like that, method to the madness. I have Lamb here, Christopher Moore book. I mean, I remember these being kind of easy to read because they were so light. This one's over 400 pages, but I hope that it's going to be kind of a loose, light read because of the comedy factor, and so maybe it'll keep me reading longer than I should, and I can get through it. It feels heavy, man. Some of these books are like, they're the same size, but some of them just feel heavier. It's just the pages are denser or something like that, even though they're just floppy. They're equally floppy. Anyways, I can't explain it. Christopher Moore, Lamb, The Gospel According to Biff, Christ's Childhood Pal. I can swear that the first time I mentioned this after picking this up from the thrift hall, that I said that I think he had a friend called Biff, and it's literally on the cover. I don't remember seeing it on the cover when I talked about it. So, buffoonery. I'm going to keep going. I got to clip through this, folks, because I would say maybe I'm halfway through technically, but I'll explain that in a second. I'm going to give this one a shot as well. Also from the thrift hall, the first thrift haul. I still have my piles in every thrift haul I've done has a separate pile. So I can kind of like follow along the trajectory of my compulsive shopping behaviors at these thrift shops. And in any case, The Walking Dead. Now, do I feel like I need to read the last, I think there's like 4 trades of the entire run of the comic book that I just haven't read because I was kind of saving them. I don't know why. Look, I don't know why. All right, I've owned them for like 5 years maybe. I'm not sure why. Anyways, but I don't think this happens after that series is what I'm saying. I think this is probably more tied to the TV show than it is going to be tied to the comic book, is where I would take a guess this actually is. I mean, it says The Walking Dead, Rise of the Governor. Oh, the first in a series of spellbinding original novels exploring the terrifying universe of Walking Dead. You mean there's a book before this one that I need to read? Do I have to read Rise of the Governor? So this one might have an asterisk beside it. I'm going to read this if I don't have to read the Governor book. If the Governor book was printed first, published first, I'm probably going to want to hunt it down and read it first. So this has got an asterisk beside it, but I would like to kind of jump back into the Walking Dead world and see how the prose works. Like, I haven't really read any prose by Robert Kirkman. It's all been comic books. So I'm curious to see how this pans out. Also, Halloweeny, of course, right? So you can't go wrong. Walking Dead. Now, I mean, I'm going to do a quick reference here to Dragon Age Tivinter Nights. This is carryover from September. I'm past halfway through, but I'm going to be just chipping away at this one. This isn't going to be a focus for October. I'm going to be chipping away at this book because the Dragon Age 4 game, the Veilguard, is being released at the end of October, but I don't think I'm going to be starting to play the game right away. So I might not need this right away. That's what I'm saying. I might play the game a little later, which means I could probably hold back on this one a little bit more and just pad out some of the reading on these short stories and focus more on the horror stuff for this month. And that takes us to some manga. We're gonna do this hefty tome right here. I'm going to give this a go. Junti Ito Tomie, I think is how you pronounce this one. Look at this is a dense bastard. I've read, which one have I read from Junti Ito? Can you see it in the back right there? It's that entire row right here. Besides Full Metal Alchemist there, right before that, it's the entire Junti Ito line. And it's got these like covers, the ones with like the soft touch on them. They're very good. They're hardcover, but they got this like feeling to them, which is cool. Which one did I read? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go through them again. I don't know if it was Romina. Anyways, was it Tomie? Did I read this one already? I mean, I should know right away. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Did I finish this? Oh my God. Yeah, it is this creepy ass one. Oh my God. This is great. See that? Like, this is why, like, if I had a booktube channel, I could have done a review on this or like read it while reacting at the same time. I'm just seeing some of the pictures and having the memories of what's going on here. What a disgusting story. It's so good. This is so good. I'm a little nervous that I didn't actually finish it though. I'm seeing stuff that I don't fully remember anymore. You know, this just feels like very chunky, and it's something like, it feels like something that I might not have finished, but no. Let me go right to the end, even if I risk like completely boiling something. I don't know. Oh no, I don't think I finished this, folks. Huh. All right. Anyways, I don't think I finished this. I saw some images that are pretty spooky, and I'm going to have to just reread this. So I might be rereading, maybe, I don't know. It felt like maybe I got halfway through this, and then I'm not sure. Why don't I have a bookmark in this? I'm not sure. Maybe there's like shared stories. Like, was this shared anywhere else? Like, did they retell this story in a different collection and maybe I've read them? I'm not sure. I feel like I have not cracked into this. This feels heavier than something I remember reading. I'm going to put this one back on the block. I'm going to reread it if for nothing else, for me to find out how to rate this thing on Goodreads or something like that, so that I can have all of the Junti Itos lined up. Maybe you can do a tier graph later on. You know, a tier graph? That's how like boomer I am with these things. The tier thing is a chart thing of all the Junti Ito books. That's something I'd like to do months from now when I actually manage to read the entire run of Junti Ito and then kind of put them in that kind of thing. Just do the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All of you youngins out there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so just in case I've read half of this, here, I'm going to put this one on the stack as well. Uzumaki. So another Junti Ito chunker, of course. and I'm gonna give this one a go because it's Halloween, it's October month, and I feel like I have to get through my Junti Ito books. Man, the texture of these books is something phenomenal. I'm glad I got this series. They got like this, it's that soft touch on it, but then there's like this glossy part. So when you're running your hand around like the soft touch, but then you kind of like hit this part in the middle, and it's like it like grips. It's like a sticky gloss, and I can't explain it. They did such a good job on the design of these books. Anyways, huge chunker, but it's a manga, so technically these should go easier. It's just, do I want to produce something while reading this book? Like, do I want to do a let's read vlog along with the reading? I mean, I do. I kind of want to try to do that, where I'm basically reading the story and then being able to review it right after I read it, just to give my thoughts on some of the stories. And then I don't know, maybe when I stitch all of that together, it actually makes some cohesive sense and it's kind of fun. Anyways, we're gonna try it. Uzumaki. And why do I want to get Tomie and Uzumaki on the deck at the same time? Because I was trying to get to this one here. So I'm also gonna throw Junti Ito's Frankenstein, because I just read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and I want to see if this is actually like his retelling. It says Junti Ito meets Mary Shelley. I'm not gonna try to read this. It's actually dark in here. It looks like there's a lot of light on me, but I'm in a dark room right now. Anyways, so I'm not gonna try to read it, and it does look like a Frankenstein story. It's possibly retold by the horrific vision of Junti Ito, and I loved Frankenstein so much that I feel like I need to now I'm getting blurred out because I have the stack. Maybe it's not on the camera. Anyways, I'm getting distracted by the stack that's causing focus issues on my camera. I loved Mary Shelley's Frankenstein so much that I feel like I need to see Junti Ito's take on it, and so this is the one I'm trying to get to. Now I'm hoping that I did read half of that Tomie volume, and this will make it easier for me to get to Frankenstein. Now this is the predominant stack right here. This is the one that I'm going to try to get to, even if I have to sacrifice one or two books. I'm going to try to get to those Junti Ito ones. Now here's where it gets crazy, because you'd think I was done. I am not done. I am not done. I have goals for before now and the end of the year, and I'm just going to show all of these together. It's going to be this right here. So I've done the reread of Attack on Titans Volume 1, which is on the channel. I want to do this as a vlog series, one for each volume. I just recorded the Volume 2 one, and so this one isn't going to be in production soon. Hopefully I'll start it tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be rereading Volume 3. That's where I stopped reading it, and I watched the anime up to the end of what happens in this Volume 3. I'm going to be re-looking at the covers now for the first time, technically. They've been stacked like this for 3 years now. 4 years. For 4 years I've had this collection. But as soon as I stacked them, I never looked at the covers again, because now that I've started reading it, it could get into spoiler territory, which is also a risk right now, but we're going to do this together. All right. So Volume 3, I'm going to try to get through a Volume 4 here, okay, and a Volume 5 in 1 week. So basically in the second week of October, hopefully I'll do 3 and 4. And then in the third week of October, hopefully I'll do Volume 5 and Volume 6. And then last week of October, I'll do Volume 7 and Volume 8. Now, none of that was really spoilerific, I don't think, but I'm not going to look at them any longer than I have to. We're just going to restack them like this. Of course, I have to edit this video, so maybe I don't think I can spoil it. At this point, like I have the main gist of what's going on. I saw the woods in there, so they're obviously going to go to the outer walls, but that's something that it's going to happen. It's part of the narrative. Anyway, so that's it. That's the stack for October. It feels aggressive to me again, but I wanted to get into reading so badly, which is part of the reason why I started this channel at the beginning of the year. And it's taken me like 9 months to even like slowly get into creating content for what this channel could be, because I'm sort of just trying things along the way, and that's been my entire year. Has been a lot of experiment. I figured it was the perfect time for me to just really rethink all of the stuff that I was doing in terms of production content wise, whether it was gaming or whether it was reactions or whether it was, you know, wanting to get into book reviews and stuff like that. And then all the other stuff was sort of distracting me from getting into the hobby of reading again. Like I miss reading, man. And this is something that I sort of sacrificed in the last 8 years of doing content for YouTube of different types, right? And it's all addictive. It's all been a lot of fun, especially the narrative deconstruction stuff, but it's stuff that I feel like I could bring to this channel in some way. And so being able to do these TBRs, and then after a month seeing if I've actually been able to maintain the pace, and then by absorbing all of this fiction, I'm also getting inspired to write again. In any case, I'm derailing on topics that are not related to the TBR, and I can keep that for other content, so I'm going to try to wrap this one up. And for now, as you can see, there's no Xanth series on the docket for October. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from Piers Anthony reading. I do have a couple more books I could read and get into if I want to see where he takes things in terms of legacy, but right now I'm kind of in horror mode, and I'm going to end in manga mode, and I'm going to see if I can end production mode. So there's like 3 different modes. I need to get time back in order to like work that out. So hopefully this is a good balance here of books. Again, 3 really hefty manga books. along with, of course, the Attack on Titan, which I would like to do as an entire series, and then of course these suckers right here, which is the reading stack that I'll see if I have to sacrifice one or two along the way. But September was a good run, so we'll see how well I do. I'm hopeful in this horrific month of Halloween. I'll catch you in the next stack of episodes, everybody. Don't forget to explore, engage, and aspire. Peace.